What's up everyone, Ben from Living Survival. So one of my favorite 18650 lights has been for some time now the Klarus XT11S. We're going to take a look at another light in the XT line. We're going to look at the XT11X. So the Klarus XT11S is one of my all-time favorite flashlights. This thing has rode in my get home bag pretty much since I set it up and since the XT11S was available. This is an 1100 lumen flashlight, and it's actually got 3 different settings you can put the light in. You've got not only a tail switch, but you've got a tail mode button, and then you've of course got the side mode button as well. So although a fairly complicated light in its features, it is very multi-use and very handy. You can put it on a tactical setting, you can put it on an outdoor setting, and then there's one other setting that I don't use. Basically, the tactical setting gives you instant access to your strobe and instant access to your turbo via the tail cap or the tail switch here, and then the outdoor setting gives you instant access to your low and your high. So several different modes you can set that in, which is nice. Now all the XT series lights have that feature available. However, on the XT11X, and there's also a GT model that falls in between. This is 1100 lumens. I believe the GT is a 2000 lumen, and this is a 3200 lumen light, the 11X. They all have those same features where you can set it to a tactical setting of strobe and high, or an outdoor setting of low and high. Now on the GT and the X, they took away that third setting, which was pretty useless, so it's nice to see that they took that away. Otherwise, almost the same form factor here. The X is a little bit bigger at the head here. Now this one does have a little bit wider head to it. Now it does have a little bit more spread to the beam as well, whereas this one is a little bit more spotty. This one is a bit more mix of flood and spot. You're going to get 330 meters out of this guy and 283 meters out of this guy. You've also got an orange peel reflector in there, where you've got a smooth reflector in there. So basically it's just an upgraded, brighter version of the 11S with those 2 modes. And again, you've got the 2 tail switch buttons here, one for on and off or direct access. You can momentary it as well. Same thing with this side button. You can momentary it, or it works to switch modes, as does the side button. Both buttons have lockout. You can lock this out simply by holding this down, I believe for 6 seconds, and it locks it out. You can lock out the tail cap just as you would any flashlight, just by unscrewing the back a little bit. Now they do come with sheaths, pretty nice sheaths. So as far as the construction goes, you have pretty much the best construction out there as far as flashlights go. You've got a very tough body here, some cross hatch knurling there, pocket clips, so you could clip it to something. Now this one did come with the tactical ring, the 11S. I couldn't find the ring in there for the 11X, so maybe it doesn't come with it. But as far as operation goes, although it has a lot of a lot of different settings you can set this light on, it is pretty easy to operate, and it's definitely multi-purpose. So several different ways to turn this light on. You can turn it on via the tail switch as you would any flashlight. This one does have the momentary, so it's on the outdoor setting right now, so you're going to get momentary high with the main switch there. You're going to get momentary low with the low switch there. If you did want it to stay on, you could hold that down and it would stay on, or of course you can depress your clicky and it'll stay on. So you want to go on to high and leave it on high, you just depress the tail switch. If you want to go on to low and leave it on low, you can hold down the side mode button, and then of course momentary to both of those. It's got 4 different brightness levels. You got your low, a medium, a high, and then up to your turbo mode. To turn the light off, you just click the tail clicky as well, and then you've got the side mode button. You can hold that down and that will give you your low as well. You can depress it once it's on, and that'll cycle through your different mode or your different lighting modes. Now you notice this one goes high and then lower and then lower and then down to low. This one up here goes the other way, so then you go low and then you go back up to high. So again, pretty cool, pretty easy operation. Mostly for me, I'm just momentarying that low with the side mode button here, or I'm momentarying that high. And then once I have the light on, it doesn't matter whether you hit this front button here or the side button here to change your modes. You can do it that way. Once you have it on tactical mode, which is pretty easy to do, you just hold down the side button here, and you hold down the mode button in the back and the mode button on the side. You're going to get single flash, I believe, for tactical. We'll see if it flashes there. Yep, tactical. Now this is going to give you momentary to your high and momentary to your turbo. So more of a tactical there. You know, you could turbo somebody, you could throw it on high, all with that tail switch there. We can throw it back into outdoor mode by holding down the side mode button and the back mode button again, and you're going to get 2 flashes, and that brings you back into your outdoor mode. So again, now we have our low and we have our high. So pretty cool features as far as how it operates. We've also got a little LED in here that's going to give you your charging or your battery remaining status. Green is going to be 70% or better. Orange is going to be 30 to 70%. Red is going to be less than 10%. I'm sorry, less than 30%. And then flashing red is going to be less than 10%. So you know when to charge it. It is USB rechargeable, which is nice. So it has micro USB. Now they do make another line of flashlights. I'm not sure what the models are called, but they're basically pretty similar to the XT series, but they use magnetic charging. So if you like magnetic charging, you can get that series as well. I like the micro USB just because I carry those cables. I don't have to carry a special cable as you do with those magnetic charging ones. So I stick with the XT series. Again, I love my XT11S. It's gotten a lot of use, so excited to have the XT11X now. You can see their deep reflector. Again, it's going to give you a nice wide spotty and floody beam. Not quite a full flood, but it gives you a nice mix of spot and flood there, and it's not too much bigger, a little bit longer than the 11S there, and a little bit wider up at the front. When you plug the light in to charge, you're going to get a charging status indicator here. I believe it's red when it's charging and green when it's done, so that's nice as well. Other than the heavy-duty construction, some other features to mention here are that it has tempered glass, so that's nice. It has intelligent thermal control, or ITS, intelligent temperature system, I believe it's called. It's going to dim down the light as it needs to keep the components inside the light safe. It does warm up quite a bit on its highest setting there, to be expected when you're running that LED that hot. It does have an XHP70P2 LED in it. And then also it's also drop resistant, waterproof up to a 2 meters, I believe, IPX8 anyway. And then it's got dual springs in here as well in the battery compartment. It does come with a nice beefy 3100 milliamp IMR battery, a fast drain battery. So you've got 2 springs down in there. It's also got intelligent charging, so it's not going to overcharge. It's got reverse polarity protection, so you can't put the battery in backwards. So a lot of nice features in addition to its build quality. So we can start from the bottom here. No real moonlight mode. This is 15 lumens. Again, it's more of a tactical style flashlight, or a flashlight that you'd use for work maybe, so you don't necessarily need the low moonlight mode. I do like the mode spacing on this light. So this is the 15 lumens. It's going to run for 82 hours. 15 lumens, plenty of light to walk around the yard, to use when you want to conserve battery, when you don't need a super bright light. Got plenty of light here at those 15 lumens to illuminate your immediate area. As far as distance goes, you can see you do get a little bit of distance, maybe about 10-20 feet in front of you or so. You can just start to light up these trees that are maybe 15 feet or so in front of me. Jump up to 100 lumens. This is going to run for 16 hours. If you need a little bit more light around camp maybe, this would work well indoors in a basement or attic if you're using it for work. Very nice beam on this one. Very uniform, good mix of spot and flood, where the XT11S is more spot. Then we can jump up again to 400 lumens. Now you've got a lot of light. Definitely going to light up your immediate area without being too floody. Again, a good mix of spot and flood. Certainly light up the trees in your area. Again, another light that would be good for work if you maybe have big buildings or something. You work in and around at night, you work outside at night. 400 is a good lumen setting for that. The 400 lumens is going to run for 4 hours, and then we jump up to the 3200 lumen setting. Again, not going to shine quite as far as the XT11S. You can see we can hit those trees out there. This one's going to run for 45 minutes. Now it does have the temperature control on it, and this head does heat up. So if the head is getting too warm, it is going to shut down. Now this is a pond out here. Take you in a little bit closer here so we can see. And the camera is focusing on what's in front of us. Try to get it to focus out a little bit there. Now you can see that we can shine all the way across the pond. Again, not going to get quite as tight of a beam as you do with some other lights. But again, good mix of flood and spot. Something that would be good for in and around buildings. If you don't need to shine the light super far, you're still going to get quite a far beam with the XT11X. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, and give it a big thumbs up for me. Links, of course, will be below in the description. I hope you guys leave me a comment below and share this video to any friends or family on your social media. And as always, click that red subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of new videos.